Hello again. Welcome back. How y'all doing? I'm back on another night run, except this time it's actually a night run, like PM, not AM. I just had the urge, felt like getting up and running and talking to you guys. Kind of had something on my mind, so I figured I'd get out here and talk to you. So really what I was thinking about is, I've been talking to you guys about getting started, stepping into your purpose. And I know you've been watching my videos, but you haven't started yet. So why haven't you started? You know why? You know what's keeping you from starting? It's you. You're keeping you from starting. You're keeping you from growing. You're keeping you from reaching your potential. You're making every excuse and you're not ready, this, that, the other. Well, you're never gonna be ready. So you might as well start. People that focus on, their goals and their purpose, they don't focus on problems. They outgrow them. They overcome them. And you're never gonna get a chance to outgrow them and overcome them if you don't start getting out there and challenging yourself and figuring out what that looks like for you, because everybody's different. So don't compare yourself to anybody, myself included. Just get started, something, at anything. Start walking, like I said before. You guys, the reason you're hearing this, there's a reason. This is not an accident that you're watching this right now. You've been thinking about it. You've been feeling bad about something, an area in your life, and you've just been kind of holding yourself back. Well, use this as a sign to get yourself up, dust yourself off, and get after it. Whatever that is. A class, something in school, a weight loss journey, just wanting to be physically active. You've been trying to declutter your house. You've been trying to renew a relationship. You've been trying to get back in church, talk to God. Whatever that is, stop holding yourself back. Let's get up, let's get after it. Start walking in your purpose, because you will outgrow those problems, but it takes progress. It takes time. It's a day-by-day effort. It's not gonna happen overnight, but it's also not gonna start until you start. So let's do that. Let's wake up. Let's get going. Let's be intentional. Let's show up consistently. That's what it takes. And I promise you, after about 3 weeks, it becomes a little less hard. It becomes more of a routine. And you start figuring out what those problems are. And I've talked to you guys a few times about some of the issues I've had, and I've just overcome. I challenged myself, and then I adjust, Like even recently, I came back off that break, and I ran a half marathon the first day. And although I could, and it felt great, I should have done that, So basically what I've done now is just did a mass reset on my weekly mileage, and decided to drop it down to about 3 days a week. And I think in another week or so, I'll go back up to 4 days a week. But what I've done is just allow myself to build back up, because I don't want to just keep pushing to the point where, I am injured, because the fact of the matter is, growth takes time, and you can't force it. And I kind of reached that stage that I started feeling really great, and I just want to push myself because I know I could. And so hopefully my testimony helps you with your journey, and you'll know when you get to that point that there are some adjustments that you should make, and you should take your time and just kind of enjoy the ride. Like, man, just enjoy it, the journey itself. I mean, if you just look back after even a month or two of kind of where you started, it's amazing. But like I told you before, if you look back a month or two and you didn't start, you're gonna be like, man, I wonder where I would be if I started. Stop wondering, start doing. You got this, man, you got this. It's nothing but you against you. Not you against the world, just you against you. So let's show up today. Remember, when you make that decision, you're not the person you were before. That old person is dead. That old way of thinking is dead. You gotta renew your mind, become a new creation. You'll thank yourself and you'll be happy that you showed up. You know, one more thing I'd like to say to you is make sure that whatever you feel like your purpose is, or whatever you feel like your goals are, just make sure it's for the right reason. Just make sure you're doing it for you. Don't do it for someone else. If you're doing it to impress somebody, you know, someone of the opposite sex, like you're trying to attract somebody, or even a friend group or something like that, that's not it, man. That's not gonna get you there, because you're not being authentic to yourself. So, you know, maybe running's not for you. So if you are trying to run because someone else is, and you're not really that kind of person, well, then don't do it. Find something else, you know? But definitely don't try to impress somebody, and definitely don't do it for somebody else. Make sure whatever you're doing is for you, and it actually benefits your life, and you can see yourself doing that for 5 to 10 years or for the rest of your life. Because why waste all your time now just to get someone's attention when you know it's not authentic to yourself? So you're not gonna be able to maintain it because it's not really you. So just make sure that your goals are true to yourself, and just make sure that you're stepping into what you really want to do. So dig deep, look inside yourself, and ask yourself, you know, what do I want out of life? What can I do differently that I'm doing or that I'm not doing now? What does that look like for me? You know, and then also, what makes sense for your lifestyle? Like, what can you actually do? You may live in an area where certain things aren't accessible, you know, especially if you're trying to start some new sport like, you know, tennis or pickleball, and if you don't even have a court near you, I mean, that might not be the greatest idea right now. I would suggest that you do something that you can start that's easily accessible or even affordable. That's why I always suggest walking, because it's kind of an introductory level kind of activity. And I feel like once you get out there and start walking, you start training your body to be active, and your heart and your muscles and everything. But you also have that time to just be out there and think and be alone with your thoughts, just kind of getting used to, you know, who you are. And then you may decide, hey, I want to do something else, like I did. I decided, hey, I want to start biking and running. Really, I wanted to run, but you know, it just wasn't feasible for me at the time. I started running, but I decided to bike so I could do it more and easier, and it made sense. And so that's part of that outgrowing your problems and adjusting and overcoming. You know, you can do this. The body is a magnificent creation. It will adapt to whatever you throw at it. You just have to do it gradually. Pace yourself, you know, just like in a run. If I start off sprinting, I'm not gonna do 3+ miles. I'm probably not even gonna do a mile. I'll be lucky to do a mile sprinting. But if I start off at a pace that's manageable, that I can increase over time, I can cut off, you know, 20 seconds or so every mile and finish stronger than I started. But I can't start strong and finish stronger. That makes no sense. I'll burn out. So it's kind of like that in life. So set your goals appropriately and attack them. And this is your sign. Get after it. Go hard or stay the same. So another one of my goals as I've adapted and evolved, I mentioned to you guys before that I want to start a clothing line. I want to sell merchandise, just because, I don't know, I'm very interested in that, and I love being able to create designs and things like that. So I'm just curious if you guys would be interested in merchandise, and if so, what would that look like for you? What kind of merchandise? Shirts, hats, you know, of colors? I mean, or would that even be something that would interest you? So, something I'm looking into right now, and I may drop something soon, and so I'll let you guys know. I definitely have some designs already created on my computer and a lot of thoughts. I definitely have at least one hat designed, or maybe two actually, and about 2 or 3 shirt ideas. So definitely want to hear from you in the comments if you are interested in that at all. It would be a great way to support the channel and help me do what I'm doing and grow this. And this is something I love doing, and I think I'll be doing this for a long time. So I'm pretty excited about that. And even if nothing else, just wearing my own merchandise would be cool. But I appreciate if you guys would too. And I thank you so much, guys. And I love you. I'll see you on the next one.